Welcome back to Crypto for Freedom, where we talk about gaining financial freedom through the cryptocurrency markets. Let's dive into the charts. Today we're talking about Dogecoin again. This is the daily chart right here. It looks like we had a really nice level of support here at this upward sloping trend line. And if we zoom into the 4-hour chart, you can see that we've kind of had a double touch here on this line, actually bouncing off it about 4 times. And now we're starting to bounce up from there. And if we come over and take our Fibonacci retracement tool from the most recent swing high to the most the most recent swing low to the most recent swing high, you can see that Bitcoin is trying to find support at the 0.382, but could potentially come down a little bit further to the golden pocket at the 0.5 to 0.618 ratio. Oops. Down here. Now, that would make sense because some of the last pullbacks Dogecoin had was, well, this one was 45%. This one was 35%. And right now, we're experiencing a 28% pullback. So we could come down a little bit more. But I'm kind of thinking that this line of support might hold, although we still could come down a little bit more. If we take a look at the fixed volume range profile, you can also see that after this level here, we kind of start falling off a cliff. So that gives confluence that this level could hold, or else we might see a lot lower prices down to 17 cents. I really don't think that's going to happen, though. I could actually see Dogecoin, finding support here, possibly coming down a little bit lower, but finding support here at the 0.382 and this trend line, and actually continuing to head a little bit higher up on the chart, possibly to the negative 0.382 to 41 cents, or to the negative 618 to 49 cents. That's kind of the next level I'm looking at. And if you take a look at, let's draw a horizontal line here. That is our last swing high that we had was at 48 cents. So I would not be surprised at all if we find support here and head back up to 48 cents, especially considering I believe there's only 119 days left in the bull run before Dogecoin is going to see some major moves to the downside. Okay. Now, if we zoom out on the monthly chart, we can see that these green boxes were the time to accumulate, you guys. So if you still want to buy Dogecoin now, you need to be prepared to hold that for, at least a 4-year period. I mean, you can see this white arrow right here was 1,339 days. I mean, that's 4 years. So if you bought now, then, you better be willing to hold on to that for a long period of time. Although, if the price goes way up, you could make some good money in the short term. So never invest more than you can afford to lose. And always have an emergency fund and a constant stream of income, preferably multiple streams of income coming in. That way, your emergency fund and your income is going to protect your assets, you guys. You have to have that emergency fund and that constant stream of income coming in to protect those assets in case of market volatility. If the price were to come back down to this trend line, or, if the price were to come back down to this trend line over here, back down to 22 cents, or lower, 16 cents, then it's like you don't want to have to sell your assets in that case of a dip, you guys. You want to be able to hold on to your assets. That's why I keep saying that you want to have an emergency fund and you want to have constant streams of income. I've learned the hard way over the last 4 years that, I had to sell some of my assets before I wanted to because I didn't have my emergency fund and I didn't have my income coming in. But now I do. I have income coming in and I have emergency fund savings that are going to protect my assets so I don't have to sell. And really, this is the best time in the market anyways. So, and then another point I wanted to make was, let me just remove the drawings here. Another point that I wanted to make was if you actually went ahead and bought, in this area, say you bought in this area here, right? Say you bought in here somewhere between March of 2022 and February of 2022, if you're taking profits along the way, say you're taking profits here and here and here, even on a dip, and here, and you take some up here at the high, and then you sell some more down here, you're still way above where you bought it from. 120% where you bought it from. So it's okay everybody says, you're not supposed to sell the fear, but if you bought at the right time, you can sell wherever you need to. I sell pretty much every single month to pay for my bills, whether we're in a big rush up or if we're in a lull. And, because I have my emergency fund and my income now, I'm not going to have to sell in those lulls. And I'm going to be able to really take my time to hold these assets and let them mature and let the market do its job and, let my money work for me. And, let the price action go up here. Boom! To the moon, baby. And that's what we want to see, man. We want to see this big move up. This big move up like in 2021. Like, we haven't seen that yet. We haven't really seen that big move. Like, yeah, we've seen kind of a muted sideways move here. But we're still waiting for that big move. And I think it's actually coming, you guys. I think it's coming sooner than later. I think by the end of January, possibly by the end of December, we're going to be seeing a large move for Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Bitcoin should have a blow off top. I could see Dogecoin going back to 29 cents relatively soon in the short term, especially if Bitcoin continues to move back up to its all-time highs, move into price discovery, and continue to make more new all-time highs. Now, you guys better have a plan and be ready for the bear market because that is coming soon. I believe by the end of this year, the 4-year cycle is, the trend is your friend to the end. So the 4-year cycle is intact until proven otherwise. So that means, possibly within 120 days, we're going to be moving into a bear market, which is even better time and reason to have that income coming in. And that's when you really want to actually put your pedal to the metal and start working extra hard, get a couple extra gigs or jobs or whatever you're doing to make money and put that money into Dogecoin and Bitcoin and just be, be on the path to self-sovereignty and financial freedom through these cryptocurrency markets. That's what I've been doing, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. I don't want to, continue to feel like I'm a victim to the government's money printing and have no solution to that. And my solution is Bitcoin and Dogecoin. So if you guys resonate with that and you're liking the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Leave all your thoughts below in the comments down below, and make sure to check out the playlist in the description for all my other Dogecoin shorts and videos. And you guys, it's all good, man. Good times are coming, you guys. We're looking for that big move up. All right. Boom. To the moon, baby. And with that, we out of here. Peace.